Hello, and welcome to SBI Nation. I am Aaron Galloway, a fourth-year MBA student from Norristown, Pennsylvania, and today have the esteemed pleasure of interviewing the 2008-2009 Teacher of the Year, Dr. Finley-Hervey, one of SBI's own. Dr. Finley-Hervey, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, Dr. Finley-Hervey, how does one go about becoming the Teacher of the Year?
Well, I was really fortunate. You go about becoming the Teacher of the Year by having a student or students who are a part of your course and who've sat in on previous classes. It could be a year, 2 years ahead of time, it doesn't matter. But they have to take it upon themselves to decide to nominate you for Teacher of the Year. So I was really fortunate in that one of my past students decided to nominate me, and they submitted the information to the Office of Academic Affairs, noting that they wanted me to be included as an award recipient.
Oh, okay. How long have you been a professor?
It's been a while now, since '96. So we were in 2009, was that about 13 years?
Okay. Has that all been at the School of Business?
No. I started out teaching. My first course that I taught was at the University of Michigan, and I've also taught at Eastern Michigan University, Columbia University in New York, Jackson State University, and now Florida A&M University.
All right, so a variety of places.
Yes.
Out of all the places, what would you call your favorite? What was the most enriching experience for you?
Well, I have to be quite honest, but you probably think I'm pulling your leg, but it's here. It really is here. I always wanted to come to Florida A&M University, and so to finally be able to say that I'm now here since 2001, so it's been 8 years. And I just can't tell you how happy I am about that, because this was my first choice. But I wasn't able to get a position here because there was a hiring freeze at the time by the state. And so I had to wait, and I meandered around at all those other little schools, just waiting for my chance to get here.
Well, in your 8 years here, you've obviously built up a strong relationship with your students, as the Teacher of the Year award is a student-nominated award. Why do you think this has happened? What do you think that you do to build such strong relationships with your students?
Well, I treat each student as an individual, and my approach is to talk to the students in a manner that they understand that what they gain from my courses would be skills that will carry them throughout their life. And so I ask each student to come to my course with an understanding that we're going to have a conversation. And so as long as I keep that conversation going and ensure that each student is a participant, a willing volunteer participant, and keep them engaged with different topics and aspects of the course that are useful, then they're happy, and I have to say it's a working formula.
Okay. So what would you say then drives your passion towards teaching?
I had it naturally. I came to my decision to teach as just a focal point of a culmination of years of being exposed to great teaching from my mother. My mother was a teacher at Central High School in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
So growing up, I watched her. I considered her a master teacher, and so I just basically incorporated everything that I watched her do in her classrooms when I would come and sit in on her classes while I was waiting for her to take me home each day. And she had a love for the students and an energy for bringing the class alive by making sure that what she talked about was relevant. So I do that in my courses. I make sure that what I discuss is relevant.
Okay. Well, many students have this view of professors as people who come to their class and then outside of class, what they do is sit at home and grade papers or think of other ways to challenge us or enlighten us. What do you do outside of the teaching profession?
Well, I do research on a couple of different areas. Primarily, cultural diversity is my interest. I look at courses on at other courses to survey students, and some of the areas that I really focus on would be academic integrity. Okay, so I'm always collecting data on that topic. I also am interested in communication concerns, so I look at the online social networking. That's fun. And in regard to cultural diversity in particular, I look at value-laden issues of race and gender and look at some of the hot topics around it, like affirmative action and whether you talk or don't talk about issues of race.
Okay. Well, Dr. Finley-Hervey, we'd like to thank you for taking the time to give us this interview. I'd like to congratulate you again on your award.
Yes.
Once again, I'm Aaron Galloway, and this has been SBI Nation.